Hi guys, and welcome to C# tutorial of a loan management system. So in here we have the details of Captain Alan, and all we just need to do is click on calculate. So let's calculate the loan. Here we go. So that's the monthly payment, and that is the total payment. But one thing is details of Captain Alan is not added to the Listbox. But let me show you one other thing, which is the most important bit, and this happens to be at a request of one of my viewers. So this is it. See this spreadsheet? I'm going to double click on it. I just want to show it to you that the details of Captain Alan is not on that very spreadsheet. Look at it right there. So I'm going to close that. Now minimize that and let's click on add. There we go. I've added the details of Captain Alan straight up to the spreadsheet. As you can see, Captain Alan is officially added onto the list box. So if I go back into my spreadsheet here, let's verify if Captain Alan details is there. Right there, that is Captain Alan's details. Now, just for your information, guys, this is an overview. So I'll see you all in the full tutorial. See you guys shortly. Okay guys, let's start work with a new project entirely. So I'm going to exit out there, and we open up Visual Studio 2022. Let's click on create a new project, and right here we have some template in there. I'm going to select Windows Forms application.net. If you don't have it on your system, come right over here, select C# and just scroll right down. You should be able to find Windows Forms application.net right there. Okay, that is the template that I'm using. So right here, it's form application.net. If you can't find it, I advise you just type in Windows right there. Once you type in Windows, all of this will show up. This is the version I'm using, Windows Forms application.net. Okay, I already have it here, so I'm going to select that and click on next. Leave your project name. I'm going to call it CS loan underscore export underscore Excel. So I'm calling it loan management system exports to Excel. So that's just the abbreviation for my file name. Click on create. There we go. My development environment is ready. So what I want to do now is to define the size of my form. Okay, I'm going to go straight to the properties here. Click on that. Let's pin it down and scroll right there and see where we have the size. I'm going to specify the following and making it 2500 plus by 1000 plus, and that's it. So the next thing I'm going to do is go back straight to the toolbox here and let's grab hold of our panel. Okay, that will do, and just drag it that much. So that very panel, I'm going to change the color to cadet blue. You can always select web, come straight to back color, and drag this down, and we should be able to see cadet blue right there. There we go. And I'm going to copy that now. So hold on to the control, click and drag. We have two, and let's add another one right there. That will be for my buttons. So drag it down. Wait, let's drag the one in the middle. This very one. I'm just going to drag it down. Okay, so that would do something like that. Now the next thing is, you see this very one that we have in the middle. I'm going to add another. Yeah, I might as well come right here, the toolbox, and let's add another panel to it. Okay, that very panel that I added, I'm going to change the color of that to the default color, and that is called control. Look at it, control. There we go. Brilliant. And right up here, maybe I should just add a title right away. So we can always select a label. Let's grab hold of a label here. There. And I'm going to change the size of that label to about 52 bold. And come right here, see where we have the label text, and let's change that to loan management system. There we go. And that's it. Title is taken care of. Right. Next, over here, we want to add another label. And I'm going to change the size of this label to approximately maybe 36 bold. And change the text content of these to first name. Okay, let's just say full name. Yeah, something like that. Let's copy it. That would be for address, and we need, I think it's 7 in total. Yeah, we need one more. There we go. Right. So I'm going to change the name, the content of these to address. And here, change that to amount of loan. Next is going to be year. Let's select that. And that's going to be number of year for payment. And below it, that is going to be interest rate. Then we have monthly payment. Yeah, that should be monthly payment. And finally, that is going to be total payment. There we go. Brilliant. Now, let's come right here and just add the list box. Right there, grab hold of a list box. And I'm going to dump that right here, something like that. Raise enough room for it. And bring it down. Good. Now I'm going to add text box. Text. Right there. That's my first text box. That will be for name. So let's change the font size. I'm going to make that 36 as well. And just copy it. Hold on to Control, click and drag. That is for the address. Copy again. That will be for my loan, amount of loan, year, the rate, and these two, those will be label. Or I can just copy one of these label and change it around. Paste it here and come right here, the properties here. Auto size, change that to false. The border, the background color, I'm going to change it to white. Then the border, I'm going to change that to fixed 3D. Come right here, get rid of the text content. And that's it. That's taken care of. So hold on to Control, click and drag and just copy that as well. Okay. So that's my interface now ready. So, oh, we need to add buttons. All right, I'm gonna need 6 buttons there. Come right here, toolbox, grab hold of button, grab hold of a button. There we go. And the size of that button as well, I'm gonna make that 36 bold. There we go. Something like that. So hold on to the control, click and drag to copy. Yeah, that will do. We need 6 in total. Hold on to control. We have 4. And there we go. Right. Now, let's give this a name. So this is going to be known as, let's pin this down, more quality txt name. That's one. The next one is going to be txt address. And next, I'm going to call this one txt amount of loan. There we go. And txt number of years. Come right here. Enter txt number of years. And next is going to be LBL interest rate. Oh, sorry, this is not, that's a text box. There's a text box, so it's going to be txt interest rate. Okay, next is going to be LBL monthly payment. There we go. And finally, that's going to be LBL total payment. Okay, and here that is going to be known as BTN loan calculator, something like that. Loan calculator. And the text content and it will just be loan. Next is going to be BTN add loan. So let's add BTN add loan. And the text content on it, I'm just going to change that to add data to Excel. Yeah. Next is going to be display. So let's call that BTN display. So display data. So we just call that this BTN display data. And what about the test content? I'm going to call that display Excel data. There we go. And here, exit. So that's BTN exit. This is going to be BTN reset. There we go. And the last one here, we call that delete record. So that will be BT and delete. There we go. And here, let's call that LBL, no, LST learn. There we go. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to, let's save that. Let's run it and see how that looks like now. There we go. Look at that. Now you see how small the interface is. So I'm going to have to drag it this way. That is wrong. So let's put in some few lines of code to take care of that. So I'm going to go straight into, let's double click on the form and let's go to form load. So for the form load, I will use the following. Let's say this dot size, and that is going to be equals new system dot the draw size. Now I need to check out the size of my form here. Let's come in here. That's the size of my form, I think. Let's see, form size. If not, I'm going to have to change that. So let's copy that for now. Come right there and just enter the size in there. Okay. I don't want it to be repositioned or whatever. But let me run this first and just see how it's going to look like. But before then, let's just say, let's get it centered anyway. This dot start position, I want that to be centered. Right. And let's write it and see how it's going to look like. All right. Because it's huge, I can't really get it centered as such. Okay, and look at this. I need the system to officially, I'm going to go to where I have my form initialized here. Now, I'm just going to specify the size in there. Copy all of this. All right, I'm going to change this to minimum size dot minimum, and this I'm going to change that to dot maximum size. Hey, I have the minimum and the maximum size. So let's run it again. I should be able to just fill up the whole screen. Now look at that. Okay, so that is fine. Now guys, let's take care of this. So let's go back in here, double click on the exit button here, double click on that. For the exit, I'm going to just say dialog. Let's call that dialog by exit. So that's the name of my variable that I intend to use. By exit plus equals message box dot show, and what I want you to show is the exit message. Confirm if you want to exit. So just to prompt the user so that they know what they're about to do. So let's just call that loan calculator. And here, that's the second argument. You see the first one, the second argument. The next argument here is going to be built-in method. So I'm going to use message box button, yes or no. and finally message box question. So those are all the arguments I intend to use. I'm going to accept that. Just bring this down so that you can see it all. And then finally, I'm going to use conditional statement to verify if I want to exit or not. So if I exit equals dialog result.ts, then I want the system to just exit. So in here you can say application.exit, or you can just enter close. There we go. That's it. So that is taken care of. All right. So that's the exit. If I run that now, this is what you guys will see with the exit. It's asking me to confirm if I want to exit. Once I click on yes, there we go, exit. Now double click on resets. In the case of reset, you just need to call all of these components individually. Let's say .text, just say set string to empty. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna accept that. And let's do the same thing for the others. Txt name, accept. Txt amount, accept that. Txt interest rate, I'm going to accept that. Have one more txt number of years, accept that as well. Then we have lbl, accept that. Another lbl, yeah, there we go. So whatever value we have in there, we can now clear those of the system. Okay, reset. Oh, I think I have named the wrong guy here. Right, let's go back in here. Click on this. No, that shouldn't be txt. Okay, I'm going to add an s to it. Copy that. That should be lbl. This should have been lbl. lbl. Okay, that is taken care of now. Alright, all of these are all taken care of now. So enter data in there. These are labels. I won't be able to enter any data in there. Clear. I need to change that. I haven't changed it yet. Come back in there, get rid of that. Now run. There we go. Okay, that one is sorted. Okay, now I need a system to be able to get data from my spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet I intend to use, let me show it to you guys. Okay, this is the spreadsheet I intend to use. I'm going to copy it from my previous system. So let's open it up so that you guys can see it. There we go. That's the spreadsheet I intend to use. Okay, you see that, guys? So I'm just, there are some data in there. So I'm going to close that and copy this very one. You can always make up your own spreadsheet, but for those, if you want, maybe I will upload this spreadsheet as well. You can just copy it if you want. So let's copy that, Control C, and I'm going to go straight into this project of mine called loan, CS loan. So let's go back in here. CS loan exports Excel. See, there we go. CS loan export Excel. So that is my file. So you look for your file. Okay, now go in here, double click on this folder here, and then double click on the bin. Inside the bin, come straight to the debug. Right in there, I'm going to paste my Excel folder. Okay, that's the Excel folder I intend to use. So I can then just address it directly. Okay, let's go back to the design view and take care of how we can get the Excel onto the system itself. So I'm going to go straight to my Solution Explorer here. Okay, let's pin that down. And right here inside the Solution Explorer or on the Solution Explorer, you see where we have references. Right click and select Add Reference. And the reference that I'm looking for here is actually there we go, look at it. As soon as I click on the recent, okay, if you don't can't find it on your own system, all you need to do is just type in. If you type in Interpol Excel, or just come right here, just type in enter. Okay, if you scroll right down, there we go. Look at it right there. That is it. So there seems to have two in there. They have for 15.00.0 and 14.0.0.0. So just select one, actually, this very one, and click on OK. There we go. And we should have that on our system. Okay. So I will repeat, click on add and search for enter, and right there, that's what you're looking for. If it's not checked, make sure it's checked. That is it right there. Okay, it's now added onto my system. So if I go back to the code view now, let's go back right up here. We now need to import that very system that I've just added. So I'm going to come in here. First of all, let's say using systems. Let's grab all of that, put that here. Using system dot, I want you to run runtime dot enter op service. Then the next one that I'm going to import is going to be for the Excel itself. So I'm going to say using Excel, and that's going to be equals Microsoft dot office dot enter ops, and the application is Excel. There we go. So I've officially imported it. I believe the two libraries that should take care of that. So let's save, and I'm going to run it now. Let's see. There, it's working. There's no error. So what I want to do is, you see the files that are the data that I have inside here. Let's close that. I'm going to look for the data in here. I'll click on that. Bin debug. There we go. What I want to try and achieve is to be able to view this data that I have in there. So I have to close that, else that will give me an error. So in here, first thing first, I'm going to have to declare some variables. So let's log out and come right here. I'm going to declare the following variable that I intend to use to run the whole program. So let's start by saying private double, and that is going to be, I want to call that interest rates. That's my first one. Then I have for number of years and so on. Next is going to be for number of years, then followed by amount of loan, or let's say loan amount. Next, I'm going to make that total amount. Okay, then I also need total amount of loan. I have that. I need monthly payment. Get rid of this. Just enter monthly payment. Yeah, I think I have all of the data that I need. Monthly payment. No, this is meant to be total payment. Total payment and monthly payment. Okay, that's fine. Now, let's declare another one. This is going to be private Excel. Private Excel workbook is going to be done as workbook. Then I need another one for the worksheet, so I might as well just copy this, paste, and change that to worksheet. Or accept this and just get rid of all of this. Then I need for the application. Dot application. And that's going to be, let's say, Excel app. Then one more. The last one, I'm going to make that public. Let's say public string. And I will call that Excel file path. There. Those are the variables that I'm going to use. So you guys have a good look at that. There. Now, I'm going to just run it. Nothing will happen though. Exit out. And what I want to do is see where we have the initialize. I want to actually attach my database. This um, Excel file. So inside your code view, you should be able to see the initialize where we have public form. So right underneath here, let's grab hold of this variable here. You see this one? Grab that. Paste that right underneath here. Now I'm going to say is equals system dot io, input and output io dot path and combine, and the path I'm going to say app domain dot the current location, the current domain dot the base directory, comma, and what is the file name? If you guys can still remember, it's called loan right there. So it's going to be loan dot xls xlsx. That is the file extension. Close that up and enter semicolon. Alright, so I've officially attached the file straight onto my system here. So let me run it. If there's no error, that means the file is officially attached. There we go. It is officially attached. Now, one other thing I'm going to do now is, you see, I want the title. Let me show you guys the title. Open up my Excel again. Where all of this title in here, I want it displayed. So let me copy that. I want it displayed on the list box. So I'm going to exit out. Come right here. So let's go to form load. Double click on the form. See where we have form load. Okay. I'm now going to call my file, that is lst loan dot items dot add. And what am I adding? I'm actually adding, remember I copied that from my system. I'm actually adding all of these. So it's going to give you an error that way. So let's do this. Put them in a quote. Come right there, put the other one in a quote. And I will then separate it. So let's separate it with a tab. Okay, backspace, backspace. Oh, look at this. Just bring that in here and just delete this one here. Okay, yeah. All right. Now, this one backspace here, I think I should repeat the same thing for the rest. I can just copy this, just paste it individually. Next one, and the next one here is interest rate, monthly payment. There we go. So this should officially be displayed on my system. So let's run it and see. It should display on the list. Here we go. You see the list box there. Okay, that's fine. That is taken care of. All right. The next thing now is I want to make sure I'm able to display all of the data here. First of all, let's correct this. That should have been loan calculator. Right, that's fine. Okay, I want to be able to display all of the data that I have in here. I want to be able to display them inside this list box. So I'm going to double click on display. Okay, right in there, I will first of all use try cash. And the cash statement, let me put that right underneath here. Let's say cash, and the cash statement I just called out. Let's just use the general one. Message box dot show error. That is going to be system error generated. Let's just say system dot message. We'll change that. Okay, so this should have been inside an exception. So let's just come in and just say exception EX. All right. So that should be taken care of now. All right, that's fine. Now, the that should be able to undo whatever error that I might run into. But you see, try. We'll get the system to do as follows first. Okay, let's say Excel app, that is going to be equals new Excel dot application. Now, workbook, and that is going to be equals this Excel app dot workbook. Dot open. And what the opening, we're actually opening this very part. So I'm going to accept that. Do I really need it true? Just leave that. Now, what about the workbook? I want the whole workbook to start from number one, worksheet one. So let's say worksheets, and it's going to be Excel worksheet 1. Let me accept this and just change things around. So I'm going to say Excel, and put up a bracket there, paste. That will be Excel.worksheets, close the bracket, and it's going to be workbook.worksheet1, workbook.worksheet number 1. Okay, and let's correct that, get rid of that. Alright, so the next thing is I'm going to then get Excel to give me the following range. So let's say, and that's going to be Excel.range equals range Excel worksheet dot use range. But before the whole data is displayed, I'm going to do one thing. Let's say LST. Okay, let's just clear that for now. So I clear it first, then add the following. Right, so let's go in and just copy that. I guess you guys can still remember that. So I'm adding all of that on here to make sure the title is there. Remember, here is cleared. Now I'm adding the title again. So let's run it and see for now. If I dare click on display, you will see the title still there. But let's assume I did not add this. Check this out. When I click on display, you will not see the title. See that? So that is why I added that. So exit out and enable this. Okay, let's use a for loop. So come right down here. Might as well just arrange this properly so that you guys can see it. Yeah, now I think that'll do. I'll just bring it down. Okay. Now I'm going to use the for loop for, first of all, declare a variable. I'll call that role, and that role is going to start from 2, and role is going to be less than and equals to range dot role. So let me just accept that, and let's put a count in here so that the system knows what's meant to do. Dot count. Okay, now come down here. So I'm now going to first of all take my very first member, and that's supposed to be name. Name equals convert dot to string. Let's grab string, and that is going to be range dot cells. The role is from 1. Close that as Excel dot range dot value. Okay, so the value is going to be 2 really. So let's say put value 2. I'm just going to copy this and repeat the same thing for the address. And in the case of address, just enter address in here. So this is going to be 1 and this is 2. Right, so that's taken care of. And then need to pass the other value. So let's come right down here and just, I'm gonna say double loan amount, loan amount, and the first one, and that is then going to be double dot try as, that's going to be also, let's get it convert. Might as well just copy all of these and just dump it in there. Okay, so in that case, this is going to be row 3, the range, and out here I'm just going to enter comma out, and that is going to be loan amount. Accept that. That's taken care of. I might as well just copy this and use it for the others. The next one is going to be year. So let's change this to year of the loan payment. Okay, that is that, and this will be 4. Then we have 5 interest rates. Now I'm going to change that to interest rates. And here will be interest rate as well. And this is 5. We have 6. Do that. Paste. 6 will be monthly payments. I will have monthly payments here as well. 6 and 7 total payments. Total payment here. All right. Now, we now want the system to load up as follows. So I'm just going to grab hold of all of these again and come right underneath here. Paste. Add the following. Okay, so let's put it in the dollar sign. And what I want you to add is as follows. Name. Okay. Then I'm going to add address. Yeah, that is fine. Do the same thing for amount and so on. Okay, that is it done. Right. So see here is sometimes a reserved word. Let me add an S to that. Let's call it years. And change this to years as well. I think that is that done. I'm going to run it. Let's save and run. Run. Okay, we then click on once the system. Okay, click on display. Let's see, look at that. Okay, that is the data that I have in here. Check that out, guys. You see that? It's now displayed on the system. But one thing is missing, that is the pound sign. It's missing in 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's close that. And the arrangement as well needs to be, I need to take care of the tab controls. So let's take care of this. I'm going to close this. So let's go, come in here. I'm going to add a pound sign here. Yeah, and monthly pound sign as well. Okay, so let's put this the next line so that you guys can see it. Now do that, that's not enough. Put it here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to run it now. I just want to see how it's going to look like. Alright, let's click on this once it's ready. Let's see, there we go. Look at the pound sign there. Okay, so I just need to take care of the indentation. That's brilliant. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is to take care of this calculator. So when you enter your details in there, I want you to add it all up, and I need this as well. Display is working, and delete. So let's come right here, double click on calculate. Just need 1, 2, and 3. Double click on this. Now I'm going to use try cache again. Try cache, and just copy this cache statement, dump it right there. Okay, now the first one is the interest rate. So let's work out the interest rate. Copy that and paste that right in here. Interest rate, that's gonna be equals, let's get it converted. So I'm going to use convert dots to double. Whatever we have inside txt interest rate, and let's divide by 100, and then divide it again by 12. That takes care of my interest rate. We also need to take care of number of years. Number of years. That's going to be equals all of these. And in here, this is going to be txt number of years. Txt number of years multiplied by 12. The txt number of years, okay. Multiply that by 12. Then amount, loan amount, equals txt loan amount dot text, and that's it. Okay, now let's take care of the monthly payment. In case of the monthly payment, I'm going to need some variables, some functions to take care of the PMT loan calculation function. So right here, let me first of all include the loan calculation function here, right underneath here. That is the function that you will use to calculate the loan itself. So underneath here now, let's say monthly payment, that is going to be equals financial, as the function that I have there, financial dot PMT, and that's going to be the first one. Is going to be first argument is interest rate, then years of number of years, comma, amount of loan. This one. There we go. Then what about the total? For the total payment, and that's going to be equals monthly payment multiplied by number of years. Number of years. I think that is that now. Let's see, multiply by number of years. Okay. Next, LBL, monthly payments, the text, and that's going to be equals monthly payment dot convert to string. Okay, that's taken care of. I see to enter pound sign and repeat exactly the same thing for the other ones. So I can just copy this, come back in here. LBL total payments. Yeah, accept that. That is fine. And now focus on to change this to pound sign as well. Amount of payment here. Dot text, that's gonna be equals double dot pass, and that's gonna be amount dot to string, accept all of that and just change this dot to string and add a pound sign. There we go. I think that should take care of my calculation. Okay, so let's try this out. But first of all, change this as for the LVL. This label is causing trouble. Yeah, that's just an ordinary label to get rid of all of that. So that I don't make that mistake anymore. Okay, that's fine. Back in here now. Yeah, so it's fine. So I'm going to run it. Okay, let's run it and see. Enter a name there. It says Peter Parker. Address. journaling, amount of loan, and number of years for payment. Let's make it about 10 years. Rate, let's say 0.2. And here, I click complete. There we go. Look at that. All right, so that is fine. Apart from we need to add more room here. Okay, that's fine. So all I then need to do is to be able to click on these and display all of the information. So first of all, let's come in here and take care of this first. Or just reduce the font size. No, take care of it. Something like that. And just maybe move this back a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to take care of this add data now. But let's see, I noticed something here. You see my variable monthly. That should have been monthly. It should have been with Y there. So I will have an error in some other ones here now. So let me just correct those ones first. Let's see the first one. Monthly. There we go. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, correct all of these ones. All right. Try it one more time. Let's just enter value in there. There we go. That's fine. Exit. Yeah. Now double click on this and I'll just speed that up. There we go. That is to add. Okay. Add details to the loan itself. So take a good look at it, guys. Just want to speed this up. Look at that. Right. That is to add the value straight onto the spreadsheet itself. Take it from the top again and come right down, down, there. Okay, that is done. So I'm going to try that out now. Run. So let's add some data in there. But before then, let's open up this workbook. I think that is the right one. Yeah, that's it. Open it up. Oh, it's read only. Okay. Let's go back in here. It's read only because it's already here. So let me exit out first. And I'll go back in here. Double click on it. I think it's open somewhere. Close. Okay, I think it's giving me that problem of read only because it wasn't finalized. Okay, I've actually finalized it here, so I can always just copy this. Okay, and I'm going to paste that right underneath here. Hold on there. That should be underneath display. So let's come in here and just Double click on display. Okay, good. Right underneath here, okay? Place that lines of code there. So that should finalize the closure, okay? Workbook close and quit. So I'm gonna save that, run. The display opens it up immediately. Once I click on that, there we go. There. So one other thing I'm going to do now is to actually load it up. So let's call display. This is display right here. I'm going to call that display inside form load. Double click on form load and let's break this into two so that you can see it. Paste that in here and just get rid of all of these. Get rid of the sender. So when I run it now, instead of clicking on display, the form should load up the Excel database immediately. Okay, you see that? I did not click on this, just load that up for me. Alright, so what is left is for us to take care of this. We've already taken care of this, but let's see if we can add another data. So that is the reason why I wanted to open this up. Okay, it's read only for now. Okay, there, look at that. So we have it up to Captain Allen right there. So I can close this now. Alright, let's add new data in there. Okay, let's add new data in there just to try this out. Let's say selling more address 14 Little Venice. Amount of loan and interest rates. Add that up and let's add it to the spreadsheet. There we go, and let's click on display. There we go, look at it. It's already displayed right in there. Okay, and if I click on the file, first of all I have to exit out, I believe, else I might. Yeah, let's exit out and check. Let's click on this. There we go, look at Ellen Wymon right there. Okay, look at that. Alright, so that is working as we want. So what I want to then show to you guys is that is going to be for the delete. And look at the lines of code for the delete. I had to speed this up because of time. So take it from the top here, try and bring it right down. And there's a function there as well. So I will look at it. And below it is the function. That's the function. You need this function to delete individual data. And I'll show you how that works now. And this is where I call the function. Okay, so come right down. Alright, and that's it, done. So that's the last function that is left to delete. Have a good look at it again. You can always pause your system to just type it out yourself. There we go. There, guys. So I'm going to run it now and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so if I select, or let's say if I click on reset, everything is gone. Hit on display, that should display it all. Let's say if I want to delete an item, let's click on this, delete a record. Has it gone? And it's telling me record is successfully deleted. And that's all there is, guys. So I'm going to call it the end of this brilliant tutorial. Suppose you guys enjoy it, and you should be able to see the Excel workbook. There's a link on the system for you guys to download the Excel workbook for free and follow the tutorial along. And as for channel members, you guys know what to do. Just click on the link and the code is yours for channel members. Thanks for watching, guys. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.